We're continuing on in the fourth parak of Shiur B'tachon. Rabbeinu Bach is showing us how to balance out absolute B'tachon, reliance on Hashem, which we are required to do at all times in every manner, while at the same time balancing it together the hishtadlus, the efforts that sometimes we need to put in. Sometimes we're required to put in effort, even though it's not going to accomplish anything. Rabbeinu Bach is guiding us and showing us how this works. We're in the sixth category, which it talks about when it comes to relying on Hashem, trusting in Hashem when it comes to reward and punishment in this world and in Olam Haba. We've explained that when it comes to this world, we know clearly, it's spelled out for us what punishments are going to be for different things. However, when it comes to rewards, that's not written out clearly. As well, when it comes to Olam Haba, none of this is explicit. Rabbeinu Bach says how and why, to explain why is it that it's not written out. Why is that when it comes to Olam Haba, we don't understand what the rewards and punishments are. We started off by explaining that what's going on in Olam Haba is something that we can't comprehend, we can't understand. It's all about our nefesh, our neshama, our soul. That's something that we can't relate to. We are people who live with our guf. We live with our body. We don't understand what the enjoyment will be for our neshama. We can't relate to that. So therefore, there's no reason, there's no understandable way to explain it to us. When there were those who were able to understand it, God explained it to them. But for us, there's nothing to talk about. The second explanation was, Rabbeinu Bach explained that when it comes to the reward and punishment of Olam Haba, this was something that in the past generations, they were understood. They were passed on, they were explained, and they were told things, and it was passed on from generation to generation. So we do understand the concept of what punishment or reward is in Olam Haba. However, that's something that we don't need to write down then. If we understand that we've been passed this through generations and we accept this from our fathers and their fathers, etc., then it's not something that we need to write out. Furthermore, it's something that a person can understand on his own intelligence. If a person thinks it through and a person wants to understand why is it that Hashem has given us a neshama, why does Hashem put a neshama in this world? The neshama gains nothing from this world. It must be for something in Olam Haba. That's something that we're going to understand. And now that's enough to relate that our neshama is here. We can figure this out, that there's reward and punishment in the next world. Continue Rabbeinu Bach and he explained there's a third reason. When Klal Yisrael left Mitzrayim, they were not on the intelligence level and the mindset that they would be able to understand this. They lacked certain basic intelligence, they lacked certain basic understandings, and the proof of that is, we see in the Torah, when they left Mitzrayim, the things that they did, what took place, the complaints that Klal Yisrael had, all the different situations that they went through, which proves to us that they were lacking on certain levels. Therefore, says Rabbeinu Bachya, Hashem treated Klal Yisrael the same way a father would treat a young child. When a father wants to train a young child into doing things, he has an option. Go and be strict and tough on the child, but then the child's not going to understand. You tell the child, I'm going to be very tough with you, I'm going to be very strict with you, because this thing's so important for you for down the road. The kid doesn't understand that. But if on the other hand, we take it slowly, patiently, with different treats, we bribe them. As we said, that a child sometimes, a father will go and give a treat to his child to be able to convince his child to do something, that will help. So same here, and as well as with punishments, gentle and doing things, not something that's an instant punishment, but not a heavy punishment. The child will understand, this is what I should be doing and this is what I shouldn't be doing. Continues Rabbeinu Bach and he says, now when that child matures and he gets a little bit older and his intelligence, his intellect is strengthened, then he'll be able to understand what we were trying to rebuke him and what we were trying to show him. And now also it's become nature to him and he'll understand. Now he'll be able to go through that. And now he will minimize the amount of sweets, the amount of bribing that we had to do to him before to be able to get to this. This will be the correct way to compassionately bring this to him. Therefore, what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? He does the exact same thing. He has compassion on us, and he threatens us with punishment that will quickly come in this world. He shows you that this is what's going to happen if you do an Avera. And that's why the Averas are spelled out, what their punishments are. He says that what's going to happen is a person will become accustomed to be able to remove themselves from these Averos because of the fact that, and now he'll be accustomed and he'll be able to accept this when it comes to the reward in Olam Haba as well as the punishments. And now they're going to understand when they're doing the mitzvahs. And now they're going to act this way, close to Hashem, working to Hashem. And this is what's written in all the different svarim, when a person, to be able to make it on a physical level, to be able to become closer to Hashem. So what we do is now set ourselves up in this world, we're trained, and then we're able to grow up and be able to develop into understanding this, so that we'll be able to have in the future in Olam Haba, and we don't need to talk about that yet. We can talk about what's going to be so we can relate to it and get on the track of doing things the right way.